Hi. Hi. Welcome to episode 3 of What the Did I Just Read? Where in this series, I am going over all books that have, or most of them, that have trigger warnings. Whether it's dark romance, thriller, horror, doesn't matter. I'm not easily triggered. I did go through 4 of H.D. Carlton's books, and this is part 2 of her series that is Haunting Adeline. Like I said in the previous video, I started with Satan's Affair because, according to her, it's something you should probably read before, even though Satan's Affair happens right in the middle of Haunting Adeline. Okay, I did read a little bit from Carlton's website about how she lives in Oregon with her husband and Bigfoot. By the way, I want to make a trip to Oregon just so I can practice my Sasquatch call. Tempted to do it here. Not going to do it. Probably send the cat running for the hills. Let's jump right into it. Haunting Adeline. So we met Z, right, in Satan's Affair. And we got an understanding that he is a killer, right? But we're not quite sure what it is that he does. Much with Satan's Affair in Haunting Adeline, which is a longer book, she masterfully mixes up all these like morally gray issues and things like that, and kind of makes you question, how would you be with a person like this, like Z, right? So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to read the synopsis first, all right? The manipulator. I can manipulate the emotions of anyone who lets me. I will make you hurt, make you cry, make you laugh and sigh, but my words don't affect him. Especially not when I plead for him to leave. He's always there, watching and waiting. And I can never look away, not when I want him closer. The shadow. I didn't mean to fall in love, but now that I have, I can't stay away. I'm mesmerized by her smile, her eyes, and the way she moves, the way she undresses. I'll keep watching and waiting until I can make her mine. And once she is, I'll never let her go, not even when she begs me to. Now, as I did with Satan's Affair, this was an audio book because I do tend to read 3 books at once: audio, ebook, and physical book. I absolutely, positively suggest that you listen to all 4 books on audio. Absolutely, 100%. Because whomever is doing Z's voice, it's like butter. Like butter. It just makes all of this so much better, right? So, who is Adeline? Adeline is um an indie author who has made it big. No real relationship with either of her parents, but more specifically, we meet her mother, who has the ability to be domineering, but Adeline is strong enough not to let that happen. She's close with her grandmother, who passed and left her house, which is described as a Gothic mansion, and it's haunted. Despite the title, the haunting of the house is kind of just like a minimal like a subplot, but not really a subplot. It just adds to the story. So the way it goes is she's at a book signing, and this man Z sees her for the first time, and right then and there he is absolutely in love with her. And what ensues is a stalking of this woman who really is going through a tumultuous time of trying to figure out who she is, right? Does she, and things like that. She's having problems writing, keeping up with her deadlines, so on and so forth. And then enters this man who is screwed up beyond all means. Okay? but the way he loves her so entirely. And there's some really good parts to this book. Again, I will tell you that this man is screwed up. There's no getting around it, right? But at the same time, he seems like he's so passionate about his feelings for Adeline, right? And she's just fighting him, fighting him, fighting him. And he says, one of the things he says to her, and by the way, he's incredibly cocky about his skills in bed. Incredibly cocky. Let me know which stars you prefer, the ones above you or the ones I make you see. And then he goes on to explain why he's going about getting her to notice him and love him the way that he is. And he says, when you make someone fall in love with the darkest parts of you, there is nothing you can do that will scare them away. They will be yours forever because they already love all the bits and pieces of you. So I am of the frame of mind that I would like to think if I was stalked by somebody like this, I would absolutely positively be like, no. But because this is a fictional world, I am like, yes, why are you fighting this, girly? Why are you fighting this? And then is the famous gun scene. I will not be going into detail about the famous gun scene because this is something that you have to read and experience for yourself. Unfortunately, my husband also experienced this gun scene with me. We can all imagine which way that went, right? And she says something along the lines of, well, I want to slap him, but that would probably like it. And then turn around and slap me back. And my dumbass self would probably probably like it too. I mean, for me, that's pushing it. A man lays a hand on me, I'm breaking my knuckles on his jaw. But this is at the point of the book where she's kind of like second guessing herself and what she feels towards him. We do get to learn more about him and what he does and who he is. And he is an incredibly intelligent man. And what he does is actually very heroic. I'm not going to go into details again, but I'm pretty sure most of you have already read this book. So what he does is actually very heroic. And I feel like this is where Carlton excels. This is where she is like, listen, what this man is doing to Adeline is a bad, bad thing. But even bad men or bad people can do good things. I don't know myself if I subscribe to that, but I can see as someone who likes to explore their human condition in her own writing, how that might be a thing, right? As a paramedic, I've seen different, aspects of people's personality. They're never just one thing. Everyone, no matter who you are, is absolutely, and this is a personal belief, capable of doing bad things. Now, does that mean that, some of us will automatically be attracted to that? I do like my bad boys. I do. Even though we are settled down, my husband is a bad boy. Far worse when he was younger. And I want to say I was a bad girl, but that comes off as so dirty. I was a wild child. I was wild. Maybe A bit feral. Probably still feral if I'm honest. Maybe that's why I like this book so much, because I can see the different aspects of my own personality, right? And um there's one quote that actually really stuck out to me. And I keep looking at the notes that I have here of, the book, and it says sometimes the happiest people are the saddest. And I absolutely feel like I resonate with this, right? One of the best examples is Robin Williams. Chester Bennington, the lead singer from Linkin Park. No one knew, right? Kurt Cobain. Well, if actually people were not surprised with Kurt Cobain. Let me take that one out of the list. And I feel like people are like that, because they understand the world and their environment in a way that others don't. And it's a sad thing to see those intelligent people just suffering through the world, right? And another quote that Z said that left me like, what? Like if I had it on my Kindle, I probably would have highlighted it. My body is just a vessel that my soul inhabits, attached to a shell that it'll leave one day. And when that day comes, I won't care to let that shell go. I carry my body around because I have to, not because it's a choice. But when I possess something meaningful, I'm choosing to hold on to it. Carrying something meaningful in my skin is effortless, but holding on to something that I could lose, that takes devotion. That is a layer of philosophy that is just so profound. So profound. I wonder if she was on LSD when she wrote that. That is deeply profound. And I get it. And I understand it. And I never saw things that the things and the people that I'm devoted to like that until I read that. And I'm like, oh my God, that's it. So let's go into the ratings, right? Again, 5 claw marks for the gore because it is incredibly graphic. We are gonna go with 5 chili peppers. I'm pretty sure that is gonna be the case for all of the Adeline books. We're gonna go with 4 cringy guys, and the reason I say 4 is because in the beginning there is SA. Okay? I'm just going to put that out there. There is SA. And for the ability to make me absolutely fall in love with this man that's just like so bloop. 5 stars. My girl, Carlton. 5 stars for Haunting Adeline. Thank you so much for writing this.